important issue that here on Mirror we track very closely. It's the issue of air pollution. Today, the Delhi Chief Minister has made an important announcement claiming that a big breakthrough has been achieved, as he said that his government will now be able to tackle pollution in a more accurate manner with the launch of the real-time source apportionment site, which means that he will be able to tell the precise source of pollution on an hourly basis. This super site will share details of the sources of pollution on an hourly basis. A mobile van has been deployed for the purpose, for the data collection. Now, at the moment, the CM says only one mobile van is ready for the purpose, but subsequently there will be more equipment that will start tracking the source of pollution. That is when it comes to the capital city. Now, when we look at the business capital of India, when we talk about Mumbai, the AQI recorded by SAFAR, the System of Air Quality Monitoring Body, and the Weather Forecast and Research Body, which is called SAFAR, has now revealed that on Sunday evening, the AQI in Mumbai was 297, coming in the poor category, only 3 points less than 300, which would make it in the very poor category. Now, this makes Mumbai's air quality worse than Delhi on a particular day, which means Mumbai winter pollution has hit levels worse than Delhi at this time of the year. The reading, of course, later dropped to 256, while in Delhi it increased to 311. That kind of fluctuations are happening. But the important part here is that Mumbai air quality has become equally a cause of concern. I'm going to go across to my colleagues. Joining us from Mumbai is Shweta, and from Delhi is Niyamika. First to you, Niyamika, to take us through what is the new device that now the CM claims will be deployed and used to track pollution and to track sources of pollution. Niyamika.
Well, today the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has launched a real-time source apportionment super site in Rouse Avenue along with a mobile van, and for that matter now the Delhi government will be able to see that what are the real sources within the national capital which are causing air pollution, and for that matter now today the Delhi Chief Minister has also launched this super site in which they can be able to track these sources. And we have also been seeing that during the winter session, the air quality index has been deteriorated. But now, because yesterday we have seen a rainfall within the national capital, and for that matter, now the AQI has been now in a better position as of now, which comes under the moderate category. But to tackle this problem of air pollution, now this super site has been inaugurated by the Delhi Chief Minister, because during the winter session we see that fog also increases, and now air pollution has also been increased in the previous few months also, and now because of this winter, now biomass burning cases also increases. So for that matter, now the Delhi government will be able to track these real sources, as the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has also given an example that in today morning there was 35% air pollution which was being caused due to the vehicular emission. So now this mobile van can go at that place where the air pollution was being causing, and they will be able to track the real-time sources on an hourly basis through this super site. So it will be interesting to see that how much it is going to work in the upcoming days, because earlier also we have seen that smoke towers was being inaugurated within the national capital.
That's important, Niyamika. Smoke towers were inaugurated, some of them were not functioning. Now another new device comes in. How far will it be effective remains to be seen. I'm going across to Shweta now. Shweta, big concern in Mumbai. The air quality index in Mumbai has been alarming. And we can see it, isn't it? Those of us like you and me staying in the city, we can see the haze. We can see the smog. And it was never this bad at this time of the year in Mumbai winters.
Well, absolutely, Afrida. A few things to understand here. Indeed, it is a cause of worry for many Mumbaikars. In fact, let me quickly show you the haze, what I can see through naked eyes, but definitely we are trying to capture this in our lenses so that our viewers can also understand. This particular beam of light contains millions of particles, and this is what we are talking about, the deteriorating poor air quality index. This is the live status of AQI, and if we talk about the city of Mumbai, Afrida, it is between moderate to poor. That's between 268 reading to 317. In fact, this is the live AQI reading what we are telling to our viewers. And this is the time where we are seeing two factors which are bringing up such kind of poor air quality index. First, to understand the western disturbances, because of which we are also witnessing cold wave, and thus we are seeing the particles, the haze what we are talking about. And secondly, why it is a cause of worry, because it is poor for our health. You talk about air pollution, it is poor because of bad throat you eventually land up to. Definitely what we are understanding is that for next few days also, Mumbai is going to witness same poor air quality index, and until the cold wave experience is having in the city of Mumbai.
Right. Number of factors attributed to this. We will have a discussion around it. Thank you so much, Shweta and Nyamika, for joining me. I'm going to welcome Professor Dr. Milind Kulkarni, author of the book Personal Exposure to Air Pollution in Mumbai. Joining us live also is Jaydhar Gupta, member of Right to Breathe. Very good evening. Welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. I want to begin with the question around the issue of air pollution, when both these cities are now battling with this problem. Professor Milind Kulkarni, as someone who's written and researched on this issue, your take on the current situation. We are saying that the air quality index is now veering, is hazardously close to very poor levels. And this is not something that Mumbai has seen earlier.
Yes. So this time we all know that winter in Mumbai has progressed for a long time, 2 months long winter. So air pollution is always there. It is in summer, it is there. In rainy seasons, it is there. The sources are same. But what happens in the winter is an inversion layer is formed in the upper atmosphere. So this inversion layer, it restricts the vertical dispersion of air pollutants, which results into increase in air pollution concentration during these winter months, and which are extremely harmful to the health of people, particularly the old people, particularly the young infants and younger children. So you will find that premature deaths, 50,000 premature deaths occur annually because of the particulate matter 10 pollution. PM 2.0 pollution. In Delhi also 2.2 million people, children are suffering from irreversible lung diseases. So it all happens, and we have to be particularly careful about the control of the air pollutants at the source itself. So that is my take on that. We should need concerted efforts from policymakers, the technocrats, etc.
Need intervention of policymakers, we need intervention of technocrats, and this is an emergency situation because it's a highly populated city. It's the business capital of the country. The stakes are very high. I'm not saying the stakes are any low for Delhi, but I'm saying in terms of a city which so far did not have this reputation of bad air quality, also now coming into that category is no good news for us. Jaydhar Gupta, as someone in Delhi, are you, of the belief that the matter is being taken seriously now, because now the Chief Minister has come up with yet another plan? My colleague was saying that earlier you had smog towers. So when it comes to tracking, when it comes to, tapping into where it's coming from, that technology can do. But when it comes to restricting the movements, restricting people or the sources of pollution, we have seen that the governments fail. The focus is still on the tracking and monitoring, not enough on enforcement. Mr. Gupta?
It's a whole bunch of smog wash from where I sit, because the source apportionment data that our Chief Minister is trying to gather in Delhi, we already have the data. We already know what the sources of pollution are in the national capital region.
Yes.
The problem today is not the politicians, it's actually the vote bank. We just haven't made air pollution an election issue. And until we do that, there's no politician and nobody in leadership who's responsible enough to say, hey, there's good reason to avoid morbidity and mortality here, and we're going to fix this problem. Nobody wants to fix this problem. Nobody wants to touch this problem. So unfortunately, millions of people are going to get very, very sick before we get to do something about it. And the decision on when to do this rests in the hands of the citizens, because we as citizens have failed to make this a vote bank issue. Touching upon Mumbai, I have seen Mumbai deteriorate rapidly over the last 6 to 8 years. I just got back from Mumbai yesterday, and let me just tell you, the skyline of Mumbai is gone. It's gone in this haze. It's a factor of all this coastal road project and the metro and all the construction and development that's again rampant, not only in Mumbai but everywhere. But it's just sad to see that a city that was always protected, I should say, from the coastal winds, because they would blow all the smoke away. All of that has been nullified because unlike Delhi, while it doesn't have the severe winter of Delhi, but Mumbai is built vertically.
Yes.
And the spaces in in Mumbai are much smaller. People live in smaller spaces. Something that's not even factored into the AQI is carbon dioxide. So on average, even in offices in Delhi, you have 60 to 80 square feet per human in an office. In Mumbai, it's probably 30 to 35 square feet. So the kind of oxygen-deprived environments that Mumbaikars live in, it's really, really pathetic, and nobody's even talking about it. We're talking about AQI, but I think there'll be a lot more cancer and those types of problems in Mumbai because people are just living in severely oxygen-deprived environments. And it's also an air quality issue. It's just not a factor that's calculated in AQI.
Yes. Now, there has been, of course, a lot of research in this subject, and I'm just quoting one such report by Gufran Beg, project director at SAFAR. Insofar as the Mumbai issue is concerned, now he is of the belief that the current pollution cycle is part of a larger meteorological phenomena. It has got to do with climate change. He also believes that the cold ocean temperature in equatorial Pacific have prevailed for third consecutive year and is expected to become prominent in the near future due to climate change, which has led to calm winds around the MMR region, Mumbai metropolitan region, and negligible dispersal of pollutants. This was not the case earlier. So what we're trying to say here is that there is a larger problem which no one is talking about. Professor Kulkarni, you said that technocrats and policymakers will have to rise to the situation. Are we saying here that there is research, but there is no action on that research? Information is available. Unless channels like us take up this as a major discourse, no one else seems to be talking about it.
Yes, I am in agreement with you. As our previous panelist was saying, yes, the data about source apportionment is already available. We know what are the sources of air pollution in Mumbai. For example, resuspension of dust. Dust particles is one of the major sources, PM 2.5, PM 10, followed by nitrogen oxides. So for dust particles, the sources are solid waste management activities, construction activities, etc. So all that we know. What we need is the action. We need the enforcement. There are authorized industries and unauthorized industries. So we have to regulate these agencies which are emitting number of air pollutants through various sources, and our controlling authorities like Pollution Control Board, BMC's factory department, then bureaucrats, citizens, all should consider this as a air pollution big problem throughout the year, not only through some months in winter, and then only we can control it. If cities like London, Los Angeles, Beijing, they can control it, why we can't control it? And basically sources are there. The point you were discussing about the La Nina effect or wind current effects, it is there to some extent, it affects, but basically we have to tackle the sources, and for that we have to work together as I have discussed earlier.
Right. Professor Kulkarni and Mr. Jayadhar Gupta, thank you so much for joining us. I think that's a good note to end this discussion, that this is a topic that needs to be in attention or needs to draw attention throughout the year. It's not a winter-specific problem, and unless we do that, unless we have a clean air program in place that is consistent, there is no escaping the poor air quality. We leave it at that for now. Let's take a very short break. When we return, we are going to bring you Shah Rukh Khan. Yes.